I am a lover of the outdoors and mountains and trekking and hiking, and so I've had just some wonderful trips up in the north, and I am looking forward to getting to the rest of Pakistan so that I can also hike and explore in the rest, in the south ideally, and in other parts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and where it is safe to do so in Baluchistan. But it really is just getting to know Pakistan is the best thing about being here. No one from around the world can go to Canada as a tourist right at the moment. But when Corona is over, the Government of Canada continues to welcome applications for immigrants, for people who want to go and live and work and study in Canada. It's very important that people spend the time to learn about what is required for a visa application, to do the application themselves, to provide all of the necessary information. We have a challenge in many places around the world, including in Pakistan, with people who submit fraudulent applications, which means that the scrutiny of those applications is very high. We want to ensure that people who are legitimate, who want to go to Canada for legitimate reasons to study, to work, or to live, are able to get through the system. Well, I think that Pakistan, like many countries in the developing world, has challenges with the freedom of press. There's a multiplicity of voices here. There are certainly any number of issues that are of cause for concern, not the least of which is the high number of attacks that happen on journalists, on in particular that many of those attacks are directed against women journalists. This is an important point to note because we are at day one of the 16 days of activism to counter gender-based violence, and it is absolutely a fact that women journalists are faced with a different and more virulent form of abuse and attacks than many of their male colleagues. So it's not for the Canadian government to interfere in the domestic politics or the decisions by the government of Pakistan. We certainly, in all of the countries we work in around the world, we try and uphold the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, which Pakistan is also a member of. It's embedded in the UN Charter. Freedom of expression, freedom of belief, the right to be absent any forms of sexual discrimination. Those are all fundamental principles that both Canada, Pakistan, and many other countries around the world uphold. Here in Pakistan, one of the things that we are doing now as the Government of Canada, with many international partners who are part of the global coalition for media freedom, there's 37 countries that have signed up to it right at the moment. The United Kingdom and Canada are co-chairing this particular coalition. Is that one of the things we're trying to do is add our voices to the protection of media freedoms. So when there are attacks on journalists, when there are attacks on people for reporting events and the truth, especially reporting on abuses of human rights when they occur or other types of abuses, then we throw our voice in support of protecting journalists' right to report on these issues. So this is something we do in Pakistan. It's something we do in every country around the world.